asked to sketch the graph of 1 minus 2x all over x plus 3. And we're told to graph it between minus 6 and 4. And what that means is that the x-axis goes from minus 6 to 4. They've also given us the values of the y-axis, so that's just going to make it a little bit easier for us in terms of graphing it on our calculator, because we don't have to guess the window to use. So we're going to go to our calculator and click on y equals, and we want to create a fraction. So the green button and the one next to it, this one here, has the fraction. And we have 1 minus 2x all over x plus 3. And we're going to graph that function. Now I need to change my window. I want it to look like this. So the x minimum value is -6, so minus 6. And the maximum is 4. And then the y value goes from -12 to 12. So now my picture on the screen represents the same graph, and I can start to see what's happening a little bit more. Now, I'm not too sure there if it's going through the origin or not, so I'm actually now just going to zoom in. I just want to see what's happening here a little bit clearer. Okay, did I zoom? I think I zoomed out. So I just want to zoom in here. Okay, yes, so we can see it's actually crossing the y-axis, and then the x-axis, it isn't crossing at the origin. So we want to, let's just zoom out again. In fact, while we're here, let's find where it crosses. So the 0 is somewhere here. So it crosses at 0.5. So I now know that I have an intercept at 0.5, 0. And then we can also find when x is 0, and we can see it crosses there at 0, 1/3. Okay, so now I'm going to reset my window to what we wanted. So -6 to 4 and -12 to 12. And now I can copy this graph in, so it kind of comes through here, and then we have another section there. We know this kind of graph must have an asymptote, so let's draw our asymptotes on as well. So this is 3 marks. 1 is for the shape, 1 is for the 2 intercepts labeled, so 2 times intercept, 1 is for the shape, and the third one here is for identifying the asymptotes, which should also be labeled with an equation. Okay, and actually if we look down to question B, that's the first part of the question, is to find these asymptotes. So we know that an asymptote is when the denominator is equal to 0. So if I rearrange this and subtract 3 from both sides, x is equal to -3. And this is the asymptote here, x is equal to -3. And then we also know that we have this y, this horizontal asymptote, and we said that this is what happens when the values get very large or very small. And the easiest way of doing that is to identify in the question the largest power of x, which is just single linear x, and I have -2 on the top over 1 at the bottom. So y is equal to -2 over 1, which means that y is equal to -2, and that's my asymptote here. So now I've got the 2 marks for labeling it, the equations, and I got the mark in the question before for sketching it correctly. And then I need to solve f of x equals 4. So for this, I'm just going to now plot 4. And let's go back to the graph. This is my answer, so I now need to find the intersection. Just getting close to it, and we can see there that it's -1.83. So it's when x is equal to -1.83, or you can write that as a coordinate 1.83, 4, but it should be rounded to 3 significant figures.